जय जी, गुड इवनिंग।
गुड इवनिंग भाई। है ना? है। हाँ, रख दो। थोड़ा पानी ज्यादा कर देना। थैंक यू। हम्म। और कोई नहीं आएगा मेरे ख्याल में, लगता है हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं, है ना? ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपसाग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं सं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान विशांच। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी तृणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरु कृपा सिंधु भय एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री चैतन्य श्री चैतन्य श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्री वसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we were doing chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga or the summary of Bhagwad Gita, verse 40.
जय जी, टेक्स्ट 28 है।
नहीं,
Text 40.
Text 40.
We will read today text 2.40.
अच्छा, 40
2.40 है ना?
अच्छा,
हाँ,
80।
would you like to read or I should read?
जय जी, आप स्टार्ट करिए।
अच्छा, मैं करता हूँ ना, ठीक है।
जी।
नेहा विक्रम नाशस्तो प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्व अल्पमस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्। In this endeavor there is no loss of or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport: activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental activity of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed. Otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent results, so that next beginning is from the point of 2%. Whereas in the material activity without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्ममाम चरणाम्बुजम हरेर भजन अपक्वो पते ततो यदि यत्र क्वा वा भाद्रम अबुध अमुष्या किम को वार्था आपतो भजाताम स्वधर्मता. If someone gives up his occupational duty and works in Krishna consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part, and what can be gained, and what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or as in Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world yet suffers the loss of eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in a family of a great cultured Brahmin or a rich aristocratic family that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. So the entire verse Prabhupada has directed towards work done in Krishna consciousness. It is as simple as that. Work done in Krishna. What is work done in Krishna consciousness? The work done for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Work not done for your own pleasure. But the point is, I was just wondering, I had started reading this verse. The point is, how do we come to know that what is the work done in Krishna consciousness? What work will please the Supreme Lord? Arjuna was there on the chariot along with the Lord Krishna, but we are not all that fortunate. He is not physically present. The Lord is not physically present with us. Although there is absolutely no doubt when we are reading this Bhagwad Gita, he is present here. 100% he is present here. So a work like this is a pure Krishna consciousness, right? Now, one more point, you see, that is why you see Prabhupada repeatedly stresses the need of a spiritual master, because a spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord. So he knows how to guide you in works relating to Krishna consciousness. Right? He will tell you, you do this, you go and distribute this Krishna books, you distribute this Bhagwad Gita, or you do utensil cleaning activity in the temple, or you do this. He will decide what is depending on the nature and all that. But we don't have such guru. So although with the mercy of the Lord, we will have eventually. Otherwise, you see, there are two gurus. One is Lord Krishna himself, who is the Chaitya Guru right inside your heart. He is your guru. Lord Krishna is your guru, Chaitya Guru, who is right inside your heart. So you should seek his guidance. It will come. You don't know how it will come, but it will come. And second thing is that Prabhupada, he is his purest representative, his books and Lord Krishna's injunctions in this, because I have been struggling with this, how to do work in Krishna consciousness. Because it is very difficult to move away from fruitive work.
Yes.
It is difficult,
Yes, difficult.
But at least we can go to Nishkam Karma. We can try for Nishkam Karma, that we do our prescribed duty. Prescribed duties are, say, for example, your prescribed duty is to teach in the school. You are taking salary and you do that prescribed duty without bothering for the result. Not that, you see, it is not, do not misunderstand. You will not be worried about कि भाई बच्चे अच्छा करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे यार. You will definitely be want.
They are right. what has been helping me about work, right, with that shlok is work done as a sacrifice has to be done for Lord Vishnu. Work done as a sacrifice for Lord Vishnu has to be done. It's not about results, it's not. Work has to be done as a sacrifice for Lord Vishnu. Sacrifice where you are not doing it for yourself, you are doing it in a particular situation as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu, to Lord Krishna. That I think that helps me a lot. Like just say when you are teaching, you are sacrificing, that you are doing it as a sacrifice to Lord Krishna,
Yagya, you
that
are doing
these
almost as a yagya.
as a yajna.
As a yagya. Sacrifice means yagya. Matlab you are doing every day, you are going. Matlab you are praying to the Lord that let me do a justice to all those students who are coming there to the school. They are paying fees. They are the loving children of the Supreme Lord. Let me help them. है ना? है ना? This is my prescribed duty. Okay. And अभी हम लोग ये पढ़ रहे हैं, that is a pure Krishna consciousness का वर्क है.
Yes.
In my opinion, there is no other better work, you know. Raman, that is the only thing we can do honestly. अच्छा
Like the
फिर
prescribed duty
और
is
वो जो
also
बड़ा prescribed, क्योंकि you see most of the people do not understand. जो अभी आगे आएगा 2.47 कर्मण्ये दवाद विकारस्तु माँ फलेषु कदाचन, है ना? उसके अंदर most people are lost within the first कर्मण्ये वादुकारस्तु की कर्म करने पे हमारा अधिकार है. उनको मतलब ही नहीं है कौन सा कर्म करना है कौन सा नहीं करना है. हाँ भाई काम करना है, मैं काम करना है तो so but that is not that kind of the shloka. You have to look at it in the complete entirety.
but let's wait for that
Yes.
one.
हाँ, let's
है ना?
wait for that. बट यहाँ पर जो है ना, यहाँ पर जो है ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट बात कही है कि जैसे आप कोई कॉलेज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ you are doing some course, say for example you are doing some course, suppose you work hard but not work hard but you study. Let me say that for passing you were
Yes.
required to do 100 amount of work, but you could do only 50. But then even then you will get a F grade because you have to cross that 100 thing. But in this, in the work done in Krishna consciousness, that 50, 60 is not lost. That is what is the beauty here.
Whatever
If we are,
sacrifice you make, whatever sacrifice you make, that is not lost.
for
We
example,
make
we
sacrifices.
make this house, we have made this
We have
paraphernalia
made
and all that.
sacrifices for this also, right?
We
Like
have
we
made
have made
material sacrifice.
sacrifices for this house, for the bank balance, for your health, but all that will be lost here. We
But
cannot take it with us.
this work in Krishna consciousness will not be lost. ये है main नेहा विक्रम नाशस्तो प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते. मतलब and there is no diminution also, that 60 marks will not become 30 in the next life. No, 60 will remain 60. You will start from 60 like that. है ना? So I think this is at least whatever I was meditating upon, I shared with you. If you think that it is all right, that will be very good for me actually.
Yes.
So text 41, Varun, will you read it?
Yeah, I will read. I can read. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर एकेहा कुरु नंदना बहुशाखा हि अनंताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose. The path of Krishna consciousness. Those people who are on this path are resolute,
single-minded
in purpose, and their aim is one, which is Lord Krishna. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched.
They are believing in this, that.
All the time fickle-minded.
Sometimes they will dabble in so many things.
Purport. A strong faith that by Krishna consciousness one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life. Highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.62 states श्रद्धा शब्दे विश्वास कहे शुद्धता निश्चय कृष्णे भक्ति कायले सर्व कर्मा कृतहाया. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world with obligations to family traditions, humanity, or nationality. Putative activities are the engagements of one's reaction from past good or bad deeds. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good results in his activities. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, all activities are on the absolute plane, for they are no longer subject to dualities like good or bad. The highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of the material conception of life. This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge. Vasudevah sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. A person in Krishna consciousness is the rare good soul who knows perfectly that Vasudeva or Krishna is the root of all manifested causes. Just knowing that itself is a very rare thing, that Lord Krishna is the root of all manifested causes. As by watering the root of a tree, one automatically distributes water to the leaves and branches, so, by acting in Krishna consciousness, one can render the highest service to everyone, namely self, family, society, country, humanity, etc. If Krishna is satisfied by one's actions, then everyone will be satisfied. Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practiced under the able guidance of a spiritual master who is the bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of the student and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. As such, to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act firmly and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur instructs us in his famous prayer for the spiritual master as follows. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasado, yasya prasada nagati kutopi, dhyayanstu vamstasya yasya stri sandhyam, vande guru shri charnaravindam. By satisfaction of the spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes satisfied. And by not satisfying the spiritual master, there is no chance of being promoted to the plane of Krishna consciousness. I should therefore meditate and pray for his mercy 3 times a day and offer my respectful obeisances unto him, my spiritual master. The whole process, however, depends on perfect knowledge of the soul beyond the conception of body, not theoretically, but practically. When there is no longer a chance for sense gratification manifested in putative activities, one who is not firmly fixed in mind is diverted by various types of putative acts. The point, I mean, this one is very important. First, it is that you have to be very faithful in Krishna consciousness, very, very faithful, that this will lead to the highest perfection of life. So, the first important thing is that. Then the next important thing is that know what is that purpose. The final goal is Lord Krishna, that the highest perfection of life, that is achieving love of Godhead, love of Lord Krishna. Then the other part which I felt was very important is knowing that we are not the body, we are the soul. Knowing is very different from acting in it. That is very hard. Acting in it is, that's how the way to do it is in Krishna consciousness. Start doing Krishna conscious activities, start doing bhakti, like reading and chanting, and then doing prasadam, right? And doing service maybe in the temple, whatever you like, but doing something which pleases Lord Krishna. And if Lord Krishna is pleased, then everybody will be pleased. See, the problem is we try to please others in relationship, and we are expecting that pleasure also from them, but that is always disastrous. It is definitely disastrous. Srimad Bhagavatam, there will be a there will be Chitraketu Maharaj, when he meets Lord Krishna, there is there is a dialogue that happens between them. And actually, Chitraketu Maharaj asks that why do a man and woman who come together, they become so bewildered and in so much pain. So then Lord Krishna says, Supreme Personality of Godhead says, two people come together, man and woman come together to minimize their problems and maximize their pleasure. But exactly the opposite happens. Why? Because Lord Krishna is not in the center of activities. Until unless we place Lord Krishna in the center, all these relationships are bound to fail. 100% they are bound to fail. No matter what you do, they are bound to fail. Only when you put Lord Krishna in the center. Like for instance, अभी जैसे कि you take any relationship, immediately they are body association. If they are body association, then they will fail. You will do something, then you will have expectation, the expectation will be not met, then you will have reaction, the other person will have reaction, reaction, action, reaction. But when you put Lord Krishna in the center, you start seeing the other person. I have to take care of the other person as a service to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has put this other person in my life as I have to take care. Everybody is a children of God. So this is what I get out of this.
No, it is, yeah, absolutely correct. Actually, you see, what is Lord Krishna trying to tell is simple, is that you understand one thing, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You work for him. And this is the only thing. You can't, if you are many branch, those who are, you have to be resolute in this. You have to do with the single-minded purpose that you have to do Nishkam Karm for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Lord Krishna. And you can't be diverted in many directions. This is the only job you have, and this is the thing which you should do with the single-minded purpose. That is what, and then there you should not worry about in this action about profit and loss. Just like Arjun, you see, after he absorbed the teachings of Bhagwad Gita, in the end, he he stood up and he said that I will fight. You know why? Earlier he was baffled that how can I kill these people? He was worried about the results. How and why should I kill these kind of senior people? Why should I be the instrument of so many deaths? But when he started serving the Supreme Lord, he became intelligent. He became intelligent when his consciousness became resolute. That no, I have to just obey Lord Krishna, and that is it. I am not worried about what are the consequences. He was immediately relieved of action reaction. That जो भी था उसका वो भागीदार खत्म हो गया वो, तो that Lord takes care of. कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस की यही ब्यूटी है, यही ब्यूटी क्या यही है, that you are immediately delivered from the consequences of this material life, of action reaction syndrome na. Otherwise you do for a profit and then uska reaction hoga. For that you will have to repeatedly come in this world. Or if you do that karm kand या जो भी करोगे आप कोई you do some sakam karma and all that, you will go to heaven में you will enjoy for some time, then again you will be falling back. That also you can get into this kind of a cycle also, heaven to earth, heaven to earth, heaven to earth. That is also possible. Or you can be nark to mrityulok, nark to mrityulok. That also is possible. But we will never get out of this. And human life, not here, but the entire thing.
About that, I was having the realization this morning. 99.99% of the people, they are headed for the same life, either in
Yes.
more worse ways or they are headed for the same type of life. Next life also they'll be doing this, maybe in a
Yes.
much different species or maybe in a worse species, right? Or maybe a little slightly better, agar shayad satogud mein. But you still have to keep coming here only and keep doing this only. But only 0.01% who become devotees, they have a chance to get out
Yes.
of here.
Hmm.
Sorry, Appa. Go ahead.
Bas karama, yes. So that is it. That or repeatedly, Prabhupada, why he is repeating? Lord Krishna is repeating. Prabhupada is repeating that you water the root of the tree. Do not try to water the leaves and all that thing. That will not. So the ultimate the ultimate good, if you want, of your children, your family, your society, then you become Krishna conscious. You serve the Supreme Lord and they will be automatically served.
Lord, right.
That is the beauty. That is the beauty. You know, that is
Yes.
what is yajna is about. When we go to teach, when you work in the office, when you work like that, you know.
Yes.
तो या 42 43 तो फिर मैं ही पढ़ूं या और यू विल रीड?
मैं पढ़ रही हूँ जी।
अच्छा
Okay.
ओके, आई विल रीड.
जी जी
याम
नहीं, मौसी,
नहीं
मैं
I think
मौसी
Mausi is,
पढ़ रही
मैं
हैं?
Mausi
अरे
is
वाह,
reading.
वेरी गुड. हाँ.
जी
Yeah, Mausi is reading.
जी यामिमाम पुष्पिताम वाचम प्रवदनत्य विपश्रितः वेद वादरताः पार्थ नान्य दस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मनः स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्म फल प्रदाम क्रिया विशेष बहुलाम भोगेश्वर्य गतिम प्रति. Yes. Translation. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Purport. People in general are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive activities recommended in the Karma Kand portion of the Vedas. They do not want anything more than sense gratification. They do not want anything more than sense gratificatory proposals for enjoying life in heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulence is very common. In the Vedas, many sacrifices are recommended for elevation to the heavenly planets, especially the Jyotistoma sacrifices. In fact, it is stated that anyone desiring elevation to heavenly planets must perform these sacrifices. And men with poor fund of knowledge think that this is the whole purpose of Vedic wisdom. It is very difficult for such inexperienced persons to be situated in the determined action of Krishna consciousness. As fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous trees without knowing the result of such attractions, similarly, unenlightened men are attracted by such heavenly opulence and sense enjoyment thereof. In the Karma Kand section of the Vedas, it is said that those who perform the 4 monthly penances become eligible to drink the somras beverages to become immortal and happy forever. Even on this earth, some are very eager to have somras to become strong and fit to enjoy sense gratification. Such persons have no faith in liberation from material bondage, and they are very much attached to the pompous ceremonies of Vedic sacrifices. They are generally sensual and they do not want anything other than the heavenly pleasure of life. It is understood that there are gardens called Nandan Nandan Kanan, in which
Kanan.
there is good opportunity for association with angelic, beautiful women and having a profuse supply of sonorous wine. Such bodily happiness is certainly sensual. Therefore, there are those who are pure attached to material, temporary happiness as lords of the material worlds. हाँ जय जी यहाँ पे ये मेंशन कर रहे हैं कि गॉड ने मतलब ये डिफरेंशिएट किया है कि मतलब अगर हम मतलब अगर हम जैसे मान लीजिए यदि कर्मों की भी कैटेगरीज होती है, अगर मान लीजिए हमने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत अच्छे कर्म किए हैं तो हमको इस तरह के और हायर लेवल जो चीजें हैं वो सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन थोड़ा हायर लेवल का मिलेगा। लेकिन गॉड यहाँ पे ये समझाना चाह रहे हैं कि अगर हम निष्काम कर्म को प्रधानता देंगे और अपनी आत्मा की चीजों को ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देंगे तभी ये भी एक तरह के बंधन ही है, ये थोड़े फाइन चीजें हैं, हायर लेवल सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन है, लेकिन ये भी एक तरह का बंधन ही है।
एक तरह का नहीं, पूरे तरह का बंधन है
जी
you
जी
see it. You know what the Lord is saying here? He is talking about the karm kand portion of Vedas. You see, what is happening is that many people, even today, even today, many people are enamored by such goals that I should reach Swarg, I should enjoy the company of Apsaras, I should enjoy unlimited life in the company of women. And there are solution in the Karm Kand portion of this thing.
Okay.
For example, Prabhupada has given one example of one kind of Karm Kand. He has given it here. Samskara or something karam hai na? That where one does that kind of ritual for 1 month or I don't know what.
I got it.
You got it, na? Although there are no such Brahmins and Pandits who can do that kind of yajna in Tuesday, there are no such pure Pandits who can even perform Karm Kanda, but yet people are getting exploited. But you see, that is where he says कि भाई ये यहाँ पर ये बताया ना इन्होंने क्या कहते हैं यहाँ पे the people are generally of very meager intelligence. But they are attracted towards such things. Most of 99.99% people, है ना? And they are interested in good birth only. And क्या नाम है that after this life, I want to go to Swarglok, enjoy the company of beautiful woman, enjoy Somras, and they are getting lost in that.
Yes.
In the Karmakand portion of the Vedas only. Now, in the subsequent verse, he will tell that he will tell us in the chapter 15 that the purpose of Veda is to know me. I am the creator of Vedas. He is going to tell us, Lord Krishna. But people are getting lost in the Karma Kand portion only because they are too much into Sakam Karm.
Yes.
They want results. They want results, material results. They want, you see, many places Prabhupada has that this sense gratification or sexual gratification is their people's ultimate objective.
Yes.
And you see what is the people are desiring in the heaven, in the Swarglok? Soberas, which is heavenly wine, and beautiful company of beautiful woman, innumerable beautiful woman. बस ये है. तो यहाँ पर ये कह रहे हैं men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery word of Vedas. यही कर्मकांड portion है ना, which recommends varied fruitive activities for elevation to the heavenly planets. All those yajnas, fruitive activities, all those yajnas which will elevate you to Swarglok.
Yes.
Resultant good birth, power and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification, वहाँ पे, whose actual intent is sexual gratification and wine and woman and eat, drink and be merry. Sense gratification and opulent life.
Yes.
Big palaces, I should live for thousands of years. They say that there is nothing more than this. Lord
Hmm.
is saying that they know, they think that there is nothing. Now Lord will tell what is beyond this. I
Yes.
think, I think, है ना?
बिल्कुल.
करेक्ट है?
Yes.
हम्म, तो अगला वाला मैं
Yes.
पढ़ता हूँ फिर,
Yes.
है?
Next. Mm-hmm.
जी.
भोगेश्वर्य प्रसक्तानाम त्यापहृत चेतसाम व्यवसात्मकाय बुद्धि समाधो न विधीयते. In the mind of
Hmm.
those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material
Hmm.
opulence, and who are
Hmm.
bewildered by such things, Karmkand portion of the Vedas,
Hmm.
the resolute determination for the devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
Yes.
They can never touch the devotional service.
बिल्कुल.
They are so much bewildered, matlab they are just not fit to become devotees.
Hmm.
समझ गया ना? ये कहने का मतलब. परपोर्ट
Hmm.
में देखो आप लोग क्या कह रहे हैं.
Hmm.
समाधि मीन्स फिक्स्ड माइंड.
Hmm.
समाधि इन्वर्टेड कॉमर्स के बीच में.
Hmm.
समाधि मीन्स फिक्स्ड माइंड. द वैदिक डिक्शनरी द निरुकृति सेज
Hmm.
समयोग अधीयते स्मिन आत्मा तत्व यथा तत्यम. When
Hmm.
the mind is fixed for understanding the self, it is said to be in samadhi.
Hmm.
है ना? यू सी क्या नाम है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग द सेल्फ.
Hmm.
अंडरस्टैंडिंग द सेल्फ तो आपने सबने जानते ही हैं कि आई
जी.
एम नॉट दिस बॉडी, आई एम सोल, है ना, विच इज
Hmm.
एटर्नल एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट है. It is said to be in samadhi. Samadhi is never possible for persons interested in material sense enjoyments. तो काय
Hmm.
होगा? Because he is given to body only.
Yes.
The man who is given to sense enjoyment, that means he absolutely thinks that I am this body, not this soul.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he doesn't know what soul and all that is. I
Hmm.
am this body. I
Hmm.
am the president. I am the king. I am the don. Eh?
Yes.
You know, material sense and bewildered by such temporary things. They are
Hmm.
more or less condemned by the process of material energy.
Hmm.
प्रकृति से वो उनका कार्यक्रम हो चुका है. वो
हाँ, ठीक
प्रकृति
है.
के चंगुल, they are completely in the grip of material nature,
जी.
the external energy of the Supreme Lord.
Hmm.
It's actually quite sad, actually, the situation, because it says na they are more or less condemned by the condemned is a very strong word, It's by the process of
Ah.
material, and that means there are no redemption. They will, but this entire, like,
You see,
matlab this
where unless
desire, burning from desire, and this action, reaction, and this misery, that is their entire future for the entire eternity. This life, next life, next life, and until
there is
unless.
a causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord,
Yes.
अहेतुकी कृपा, and the
Yes.
causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, that we do not know what can cause it.
Hmm.
We just have no idea.
Yes.
How
You have to
the
let
Lord's
go of,
ways are mysterious.
somehow or the other,
Hmm.
let go of their sense
Hmm.
enjoyment and material opulence. You have to stop
Hmm.
pursuing
See,
sense
at least
enjoyment.
for 1 hour when we are reading and doing this, at least for 1 hour we are away. For 1 hour
Hmm.
we are getting the real pleasure. I think we are
Yes,
getting the real pleasure.
yes, I
And
get it.
it is
जी.
Yes,
giving us extreme happiness to read
oh
these.
yes,
Hmm.
Eh? So you
yes,
one
absolutely.
otherwise we will not come day after day. है ना?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Next one I will read.
हाँ, you will
45.
read. Yep, yep.
Okay, 45. त्रैगुण्य विषय वेदा निस्त्राय गुण्यो भवार्जुना निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेमा आत्मवान्. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjun, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Purport. All material activities involve actions and reactions in the three modes of material nature. They are meant for fruitive results which cause bondage in the material world. The Vedas deal mostly with fruitive activities to gradually elevate the general public from the field of sense gratification to a position on the transcendental plane. Arjuna, as a student and friend of Lord Krishna, is advised to raise himself to the transcendental position of Vedanta philosophy, where In the beginning, there is Brahma Jigyasa or questions on the supreme transcendence. All living entities who are in the material world are struggling very hard for existence. For them, the Lord, after creation of the material world, gave the Vedic wisdom advising how to live and get rid of material entanglement. When the activities for sense gratification, namely the Karm Kand chapter, are finished, then the chance for spiritual realization is offered in the form of the Upanishads, which are part of different Vedas, as the Bhagwad Gita is part of the fifth Veda, namely the Mahabharata. The Upanishads mark the beginning of transcendental life. As long as the material body exists, there are actions and reactions in the material modes. One has to learn, very important, as long as the material body exists, that means for
Hmm.
the duration of our life, there
Hmm.
are actions and reactions in the material modes. We will be in one of the modes and there will be actions and reactions.
Hmm.
The only way to escape it is to start doing transcendental activities.
Hmm.
One has to learn tolerance in the face of dualities such as happiness and distress or cold and warm, and by tolerating such dualities become free from anxieties regarding gain and loss. This transcendental position is achieved in full Krishna consciousness when one is fully dependent on the goodwill of Krishna. You
Hmm.
see, this is very important कि मतलब तो a couple of shlokas ago you remember वो उन्होंने कहा कि मात स्पर्शस्तु
हाँ
कौन्तेय
हाँ,
शीतो उष्णा सुखा दुखदा अगम अपायनो नित्यास्तु
that is what he is repeating here.
तितिक्ष्वा तितिक्ष्वा ओ भारत तितिक्ष्वा is to tolerate. This happiness distress are like seasons, winter season, summer season. They are temporary agam apaino and they are fleeting. So you have to
Hmm.
learn to tolerate happiness and distress. You have to learn to tolerate because
Hmm.
as long as the material body exists, this happiness and distress will keep happening. In some of the
Hmm.
modes, it will keep
Hmm.
happening. We just have to learn to tolerate it. But it's a
Hmm.
hard thing. But the
Hmm.
more you practice this, जैसा उन्होंने कहा ना, the transcendental position is achieved in full Krishna consciousness. The more
Hmm.
we become involved in Krishna consciousness, the
Hmm.
more this titikshva tolerance increases. अच्छा
Hmm.
tolerance क्यों? मतलब happiness and distress both are a problem.
Hmm.
Happiness, it drives us towards sense pleasure. Let's
Hmm.
pursue more happiness. Distress it forces us कि नहीं यार, let's not do this. Let's try to avoid these type of problems. See, so then you keep remaining entangled in the material world. It is
Hmm.
only that is why I think I have found out this sacrifice for Lord Krishna. That is why that sacrifice, that yajna, every work has to be done as a sacrifice for Lord Krishna, and He is the main benefiter of all the sacrifices.
So that is
ये
what
बड़ा
Krishna
important.
Hmm.
consciousness is work done in
That
Krishna
is what.
consciousness. This is what is
Hmm.
work done in Krishna consciousness. You see here, what in the shloka जो है ना,
Yes.
ये he is kind Lord Krishna is saying that you, when you are in this material world, you will be governed by the three modes. He is kind of saying you will
Hmm.
incur action and reactions. But one thing is कि you get rid of the dualities. मतलब you become kind of immune. वही तितिक्षुआ वाली बात, एक तो वो ये चीज बताने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Oh Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. On one side, he is saying कि कर्मा you are acting under these three modes. On another, he is become transcendental to these three modes. That means what? That you become unaffected. अच्छा, उसका जो है प्रभुपाद जी जो है
Yes.
ना, बी फ्री फ्रॉम ऑल डुअलिटीज, फ्रॉम ऑल एंजाइटीज ऑफ गेन्स एंड सेफ्टी, ही इज सेइंग दैट यू बिकम द्वंद्वैर विमुक्ता. डुअलिटीज ऑफ लाइफ से यू बिकम धीर, यू बिकम क्या नाम है,
Sober minded.
फिक्स्ड. मतलब यू बिकम फिक्स, धीर धीर जिसको बोलते हैं ना, दैट यू बिकम फिक्स्ड. You are not to be distressed in, you do not become elated in some kind of a temporary happiness, and you do not become distressed in a case of temporary setback. See, you
Hmm.
become dheer
Okay.
and be established in the self. I mean, here, once again, be established in the self का क्या मतलब है? If we try to understand that you are not the body, you are the soul, है ना?
Hmm.
You are
Yes.
all the time think that whatever is happening to you, it is not happening to your soul.
Hmm.
It is happening to your body, which is temporary in any case.
Hmm.
And ultimately,
Actually, there are
Prabhupada
few
is
other,
क्या नाम है? कि
there are
Prabhupada जो
two
है
other,
हम्म
there are two other things established in the self. The self, there are two, three things. One, we are not this body, we are the soul. Acha, then the soul is part and parcel of Lord Krishna.
Hmm.
Then the soul is a servant of Lord Krishna.
तो
We
Hmm.
that
are
is where
a
Prabhupada
servant.
is
There are
taking
three
it one
parts
step
of it.
further to the work done in Krishna consciousness.
Hmm.
The moment you start doing work in Krishna consciousness, Nishkam Karm, or the work done for the pleasure of Krishna, where you are not bothered about the fruitive results. You are kind
Hmm.
of doing work for him. You leave the results to him. That is where you कर्म है become really established in self. तो प्रभुपाद जी का तो entire कर्म है, मतलब भगवत गीता is working towards making people in Krishna consciousness, because
Hmm.
we cannot escape doing work. वर्क तो
Hmm.
हमें करना ही पड़ेगा, काम
Hmm.
तो हमें अंत तक करते ही रहना पड़ेगा, नहाने तो जाना ही पड़ेगा ना,
Hmm.
नहीं, वो तो इट्स अ
खाना
फीचर
तो
ऑफ द सोल. द सोल इज एक्टिव. सोल
हाँ
इज दैट इज अ फीचर ऑफ द सोल. Soul is active, so body will remain active. Soul will force you to do things. It will, मतलब it's active. It's not an inert thing. तो
Hmm.
इसलिए वो तो we will keep doing something or the other.
Hmm. Hmm.
अभी नेक्स्ट तुम्हारे को
46.
पढ़ना है या?
जी ये
Yeah,
मैं पढ़ रही हूँ।
हाँ, यस
yeah.
प्लीज।
जी
46।
जी यावा यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः संपलो संपल तोदके नावा नावान सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्रह्मणस्य विजानतः। Translation: all purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purposes behind them. Purport: the rituals and sacrifices mentioned in Karmkand division of the Vedic literature are to encourage gradual development of self-realization, and the purpose of self-realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of Bhagwad Gita 15.15. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Krishna, the primal cause of everything. So, self-realization means understanding Krishna and one's eternal relationship with him. The relationship of the living entities with Krishna is also mentioned in just 1 minute in the mentioned in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The living entities are parts and parcels of Krishna. Therefore, revival of Krishna consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7 as follows. अभो पाता स्वपाको तो गर्यम याज जिह्वग्रे वर्तते नम तुभ्यम तेपुस तपस ते जुरुवु सस्नुर आर्या ब्रह्म ब्रह्मिकर नाम ग्रंथि ये ते। ये बड़ा टफ लग रहा था। ओ माई लॉर्ड a person who is chanting your holy name, although born of a low family like that of a
चांडाल।
Chandal, dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literature many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of Aryan family. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the rituals only, and must not desire to be elevated to a heavenly kingdom for a better quality of sense gratification. It is not possible for the common man in this age to follow all the rules and regulations of the Vedic rituals and the injunctions of the Vedantas and the Upanishads. It requires much time, energy, knowledge, and resource to execute the purpose of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by a great Vedic scholar, uh,
Prakashananda.
Prakashanand Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the just
Lord.
1 minute. For chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedant philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master found him to be a great fool, and thus he asked him to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. He did so and became ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author Vedic wisdom. Just 1 minute. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and the knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Krishna. The highest Vedantist is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism.
हमें तो बिल्कुल क्लियर समझ में आ गया कि महाप्रभु ने क्यों
एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए.
अच्छा, you see what he is telling here. मतलब in the purport, we go to the shloka in the end. Purport में प्रभुपाद ये बता रहे हैं कि you see in this age, even the performance of karmakand portion itself is not possible. So that is a wastage of time. You will not even get heaven. You will get nothing actually, because there are no such priests and no such material available. And in this age of Kali, such rituals are not possible to be done.
Okay.
So you lose both. You are not getting heaven also, you lose this world also, and you are not. And Mahaprabhu, when he came, then he realized this, and he gave this simplest shortcut whereby you serve the Karmakand portion of the Vedas also by chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name serves all the purpose. All the purpose. Inoffensive chanting serves the most purpose. You see, that is why when Prakashanand Saraswati said, why are you chanting like madmen? You see, then he said, my spiritual master said that you are a fool of first order, so you do this only. You just chant. Although that was not the case. His spiritual master had not, but he just said, because he wanted to deliver the mass, 99.9% of the people, he wanted to give them a simple path. So that is, we should also learn that this doing this puja and all that, and asking for sense gratificatory things may not yield the result. You see, you may not get even those sense gratifying things because you will not be able to give those in a pure way. So it is better to just chant the holy name and read these books. We are doing 1 hour, at least for 5 minutes something worthwhile will get into our head. At least for 10 minutes something will get into our head. And that will purify our existence, say 5%, 10%. And that will become our credit, this thing. अब ये देखो यहाँ पर जो the shlokas में क्या है, translation में, All purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. अब what is a simile here? That is small अपॉन वेदास के कर्म कांड का एक एक छोटा छोटा पोर्शन जो है ना, that will give the main result is that you the main purpose is to know the supreme personality of Godhead, है ना? So you know about Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna के injunctions are in the Bhagwad Gita, so you read that, है ना? If at all, if you want to go above that, you read Bhagavatam. Otherwise, you do the chanting. Just do the chanting. You see, the best. Today I went to the temple, and the person whom I see, what he does, that he does the required chanting in the morning only. The 16 rounds and all that he completes. And then the whole day he is chanting. I asked him, Kehta, bhai, if I don't chant, then what will happen? That the mind will go here and there. It will start thinking about so many things. What is the point? What is the point in letting my mind wander here and there? Why not just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he is doing the collection of the funds for ISKCON temple. People come on their own. He is not distracted by that. As soon as they come, he gets into the work of the Lord Krishna. Start issuing the receipt, taking the money, making the this thing information to the account section. All that is Krishna's work. And remaining work, he just does that. When persons like me comes, then he will talk some important things like this. So very, very simple people, here, so yes. By doing that, that purpose is served. Similarly, all purposes of Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. What is the purpose behind them? Two things he have told that it will come in the 15th chapter. वेदस सर्वैर अहम एव वैद्यो, कि वेदों में जानने लायक चीज जो है ना, वो मैं हूँ. लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज अहम एव वैद्यो. अहम का मतलब लॉर्ड कृष्णा हिमसेल्फ. ही इज सेइंग आई एम द पर्पस ऑफ वेदास. एंड because I am, why I am, because I have created those Vedas. Vedant krid vedvit chaham vedvidev chaham. वेदों का मतलब बनाने वाला, वेदों का क्रिएटर मैं हूं, और वेदों का जानने वाला भी मैं हूं. तो अब हमारे लिए क्या है यार, हमें तो बता ही गया भगवान कृष्ण के बारे में. उन्हीं का पैर पकड़ के आगे चलते रहो यार. ज्यादा चक्कर में ना ये कि क्या है, कौन सा रास्ता सही है, कौन सा रास्ता गलत है, कुछ नहीं. वी डोंट हैव टाइम, है ना जी. है तो ये लास्ट वाला पढ़े या ये वाला लंबा है.
Maybe we should hold off. This is an important one.
हाँ, important श्लोक है. हाँ बोलो. या वी विल
go ahead, Masi.
बैठो तो आज 50 तक कर लें
आज. नहीं भाई.
अच्छा ठीक.
हाँ. नहीं, हम लोग क्या है, मतलब नहीं, ठीक है. तुम लोग को काम है
जी.
तो
47 से नेक्स्ट टाइम करना ना जी.
हाँ 47 करेंगे यार, ये बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है जी.
ये वाला बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्तु, इसको डिस्कस करेंगे
क्योंकि इसको
लेकिन
सीरियस डिस्कशन.
और ये जो है ना सेकंड चैप्टर जो है, इसी के अंदर में सब कुछ है. बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक मैं डूइंग इट फॉर द सेकंड टाइम. पहले बार में तुमने भी फील किया होगा, पहले बार जो है ना, मतलब नहीं समझ में आया, मतलब जल्दी जल्दी किया उनके साथ में. दोबारा करेंगे तब भी, बट कुछ चीजें अपने दिमाग में घुसती रहेंगी. मतलब ऐसा है ना, 1 घंटा पढ़ेंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ टाइम के लिए तो हम लोग मतलब मटेरियल चीजों से अलग हो जाते हैं ना.
आपको पता है जैसे हम लोगों ने मैथ्स में अर्थमेटिक और ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन पढ़ा है ना, तो जब हम लोग इन चीजों को करेंगे तो हमारा ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन होगा.
हाँ भाई, हो रहा है. एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ हो रही है
ये. टू टेल यू ऑनेस्टली मौसी, ये जैसा मैंने पापा के साथ बताया, 3 इयर्स में, लास्ट 3 इयर्स हम लोग कोई वो तो है नहीं, हम लोग की भी मिलियंस ऑफ बर्थ है. उसके बाद विद इन लास्ट 3 इयर्स, मतलब जस्ट बाय शेयर नंबर ऑफ आवर्स अगर आप देखें, तो आई थिंक आई कैन काउंट वेकिंग आवर्स में, देखिए एटलीस्ट 6 से 7 घंटे हम लोग अब कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में लगाने लग गए हैं. एटलीस्ट 6 to 7 आवर्स. सोचिए आज से 3 साल 4 साल पहले एक व्रत करने में भी मुझको बड़ी परेशानी आती थी,
हम्म,
बट इतना ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन इन 3-4 years
बिल्कुल।
ओनली बाय द ग्रेट मर्सी ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा।
हाँ,
तो जो आपने अभी
बिल्कुल।
कहा,
जी।
आई मीन आई सी दैट actually has happened in my life and it is
हम्म,
continuing to happen in my
हम्म,
life।
हम्म,
ज्योमेट्रिक क्या, ऑलमोस्ट एक्सपोनेंशियल प्रोग्रेशन है।
जी जी जी, बिल्कुल
3 years में मतलब कौन 6-7 hours लगाना स्टार्ट कर दिया हमने,
बिल्कुल।
बहुत ही
नहीं भाई, मैं तो
वॉलेंटरीली और बहुत ही
एस्टोनिश्ड हूँ
slow।
क्या मैं कि तुम लोगों ने ये डिसाइड किया नहीं भाई शाम को भी पढ़ेंगे।
जी जी जी।
हम्म।
अब नाउ, अरे यार, दैट इज समथिंग वेरी
रियली
वेरी
समथिंग।
रिमार्केबल।
नहीं जिया
नाउ
जी, जिया जी, जो चीज इम्पोर्टेंट है टाइम तो उसके लिए निकालना पड़ेगा।
द
अरे यार
वेरी
यही।
फैक्ट यही, द वेरी फैक्ट यही तो,
हाँ,
दैट इज व्हाट कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस इज, कि भाई
हम्म,
ये रियलाइजेशन आ जाना भगवान का, ये हृदय में कि भाई दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर यू।
हम्म,
यही तो दिस इज व्हाट वाज रेजोल्यूट इन दिस, इन
वेरी
कृष्णा
वेरी
कॉन्शियसनेस।
इम्पोर्टेंट।
वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
हम्म,
यही तो मौसी दिस इज।
हम्म,
एंड एक्चुअली पता है वो, मतलब इट इज रियली अमेजिंग कि मतलब एक्चुअली एक पर्सन से जो उसको सीरियसली करने लग जाए, उससे फिर कैसा रिवर्बरेशन इफेक्ट भी होता है। जैसे अब
बिल्कुल।
आप सोचिए ना, मतलब हम लोगों की फैमिली में, आई एम शेयरिंग अ लिटिल बिट,
हम्म,
लास्ट 10-20-15 years, एटलीस्ट
हम्म,
15 years, 15 तो है ही है, जिसमें
हम्म,
वी हैड मोर और लेस लॉस्ट कॉन्टैक्ट। मतलब
हम्म,
बिकॉज एवरीबडी हैड गॉन ऑफ देयर, मतलब उन सबके अपने अपने अलग घर में भी हैं,
बिल्कुल।
अपने अलग अलग बच्चे हैं, जस्ट
हम्म,
नेचुरली, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ एनी वो, इट्स जस्ट
हम्म,
नेचुरली
हम्म,
एवरीबडी हैज ड्रिफ्टेड
हम्म,
इनटू देयर लाइफ। एंड आप देखिए, एवरीबडी हैज कम टुगेदर लास्ट 3 months, 4 months now, 4 months I
हम्म,
think, where we are reading every Friday Bhagwad Gita, now every Wednesday also we are reading,
हम्म,
right? और मतलब इट इज ओनली बाय द मर्सी ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा, ये इट इज एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ है इसकी,
बिल्कुल
एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
एक काम कर सकती हो वैसे, मेरा मेरा सजेशन है कि अब आगे से ना एटलीस्ट भगवत गीता रीडिंग वीकली।
जी
तो जैसे क्या नाम है, अब मैंने देखा है, तो अगर जैसे पहले से थोड़ा सा एक आध 3-4 श्लोक पढ़ लो ना, और उसमें
हाँ
कोई भी अगर डाउट्स हैं तो पॉइंट आउट कर, मतलब लिख लो। तब फिर हम
जी,
लोग उस पर बात कर सकते हैं, दैट
ठीक
विल बी
ठीक ठीक।
वेरी, है ना।
ओके।
मतलब जैसे लिख लिया। एक तो उसमें ये भी है कि यू विल बी एबल टू कंट्रीब्यूट बेटर, नंबर
हम्म,
वन। एंड नंबर
हम्म,
टू, जो तुम्हारे क्वेश्चंस जो होंगे ना वो एनलाइटेंड क्वेश्चंस होंगे, इफ एट
जी
ऑल।
हम्म।
और
जी
फिर वो
हम्म।
हम लोग उसके ऊपर मनन करके कुछ
जी,
वी कैन कम अप विद समथिंग। यू कैन
ठीक
थिंक
है।
अबाउट इट,
वेरी
जैसे
नाइस,
अभी तुम
या इट इज
है
वेरी
ना,
नाइस।
इफ यू हैव टाइम तो फिर देन इट इज
नहीं
बेटर
जी
टू।
जी, अभी मेरी 1 वीक की छुट्टी है ना,
हाँ।
तो इसमें हम इसको जितना है इसको हम शुरू से पढ़ेंगे।
हाँ पढ़ो, और
बिल्कुल।
क्या नाम है, अगर तुम जब भी कहोगी तो मैं हम इसमें जूम मीटिंग तुरंत कर लेंगे कि अब
नहीं जी,
तुम।
हम अपने क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछ लेंगे जो हमको नहीं समझ में आएगा।
हाँ तो फिर
हम्म।
वो जो है ना, लिख करके पूछोगी, अगर जैसे जैसे भी पूछो, तो फिर हम
बिल्कुल।
करें, मैं विल आई कैन कम अप विद आंसर्स इन वॉट एवर
हाँ
फॉर्म आई विल थिंक
हाँ,
अप्रोप्रिएट, है ना।
दैट
मैं
विल बी वेरी नाइस, दैट
हाँ
विल बी
दैट
हाँ
विल
वेरी
बी वेरी
नाइस।
नाइस यार, वो हम लोग के लिए बहुत
दैट
अच्छा
विल बी
होगा
वेरी
है।
हाँ,
नाइस, सब ठीक।
बिल्कुल।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण
कृष्णा
कृष्ण।
कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।